Back when I joined the university, Lancaster University, in 1999 as a lowly technician grunt going and fixing people's PCs, one of my esteemed colleagues in networking said, "We've got this access control stuff and it's really interesting and it's got electronics and come and give me a hand with it." 10 years later, I replaced it entirely and I'm moving on to more things now. Basically, we have a system that's approximately 45,000 cards, students, staff. Some of those have expired, but I'm not quite sure what the details are. It's a bit odd. And believe it or not, only about 15 PC labs at the time when I moved into it. And basically, we had American Magnetics Corporation readers, which were serial controlled, bolted to a wall, and then in the comms room down the road was a PC running Linux. Originally they were running DOS, but we had a Perl version of the access control software that was basically controlling access to our public labs, etc., etc. Over time, it became obvious that these ailing machines, we kept pulling lab machines out and taking ones out of the skip and things, and it all got a bit kind of... So we decided that what we really needed to do was what the boss decided we really needed to do was to buy a commercial off-the-shelf system. And actually, you discover that that's really a non-trivial question, because when you're looking at the size of volume that we were looking at, when you're looking at governing access control based on course membership, year of study, which college somebody's in, etc., etc., all these complicated access criteria along with time zones, etc., etc., it's actually a really non-trivial problem. And there aren't many vendors out there that actually address it. And I was very disappointed that there isn't actually an open source version. So anybody's going to talk to me afterwards. But basically, the principle of you have your library card, you swipe, and the door opens. And then we introduced MyFair, which is a whole other ball of snot. But the idea of something that's IP-based, that you can plug whatever reader you want into, to basically connect into your network and then have a centrally controlled system that will govern access, log all of those accesses, and do the right thing. And of the various solutions that we looked at, they were all very, very odd in their own little way. And the system we ended up buying was a system that would only integrate with an external database by doing an SQL query against a database. You can't get it to do anything else, no other integration. There's apparently XML stuff in there, but nobody's quite sure how it works, and it's all very black magic and put your voodoo hat on, roll your dice. So we ended up with this solution that basically took a look at a table, pulled in the data, munged the tables, and then didn't quite do the right thing. So sadly, after many years of nursemaiding it through, we've now got to the point where the software version has increased and increased and increased, as have the support bills. And we've got to the point now where the thing is coming onto a new version of software that is SQL backend, which is all wonderful, and we'll have a Perl script that reconciles two databases, and it will be fantastic. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was the myriad of technical problems involved with actually installing the kit. Things like the number of different electronic locks you can get is unbelievable. How do you secure a plate glass door that has no metal hinges or anything? This is the current problem I've got. And they've gone, well, we thought you'd sort that. So I've currently got this project, and they've got this massive plate glass door, and nobody knows how we're going to electronically secure it. And it's my problem, anyway. So things like this, and the different likes of locking mechanisms, and fire alarm interlinks, and building regulations, and all this kind of stuff. And then we got on to ultra-secure areas, where we have our brand new building is currently being finished. The longer it takes, the better. Which has, will have MyFair, DesFire, proximity-based kit that then uses a pin code as well. I wanted to convey just how it's something that you look at and you see and you think, oh, that's something simple, and it really isn't. There's so much goes on behind the scenes, it's unbelievable. Questions, really?
So you're still using the software from the vendor who only does the SQL stuff?
Yes.
But you can hook up arbitrary...
We've replaced, well, we're due to replace, we've got training soon, because they've refused to release the software to us, giving us the training.
But you can hook up arbitrary devices to it?
No.
You can't?
No. Well, you can put arbitrary readers on it.
Right.
So whatever reader, as long as it'll do, you know, clock and data, RS485 or Weekend or one of the other various of the one protocols. But basically, yeah, you can do that. But beyond that, we're using...
What kind of connectivity have you got to the...
To the readers?
Yeah.
Well, it's Belden cable from the box on the wall to the reader. And on our public PC labs, we've got 2 readers because we're migrating from MagSwipe to Proximity. I know I'm about time, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We're migrating from MagSwipe to Proximity, so we've actually got 2 readers on every door, and these boxes support 2 readers. And the price of the box is ridiculous for what it does. And it's one of those, surely we should be able to do this with an Arduino and some memory or something.
Can't you get some Comp Sci students to read, isn't it?
No, because they won't let us do it, which is a terrible shame. They'll complain about the price as well. That's it. Any questions?